After a lovely week in Arizona at the owners' meetings, I am back in Allen Park, which means it's of course time for a Tori's Take presented by Priority Health. Today we'll be talking about rule changes, Matt Patricia, and more, so let's get down to it. First off, I had a few important takeaways from all the media conversations this week. In our talks with Bob Quinn, I thought it was interesting how he addressed questions about signing players he and his coaches have familiarity with. He did say at the Combine that familiarity was a factor when signing free agents, and when free agency came around, many, but not all, of the free agents have ties to Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia's time in New England, defensive coordinator Paul Pasqualoni, or otherwise. He said, while the #1 priority is finding good players no matter whether you know them or not, there are no sure bets in free agency, and it helps to take away some of the unknown factor when people on staff can vouch for what those players are like to work with already. So, when you wonder why there are free agents with Patriots ties coming to Detroit, there's your answer. Quinn also spoke enthusiastically about how free agents feel about coming to Detroit. There was an article recently that laid out how NFL agents think their clients feel about certain NFL cities, and Quinn said he wasn't buying it. He told reporters that every player they targeted wanted to come to Detroit. It could be in part because the players they target are what Quinn called culture fits, who line up with who the Lions are trying to be. Another part could be that many of the players who have Matt Patricia connections already loved playing for him so much that they want to play for him again. Or, it could be that those guys realize what you and I already know, that the city of Detroit is amazing and a great place to live and work. And eat. Like, seriously, have you eaten out in downtown Detroit? So good. Getting back on track, I thought Matt Patricia seemed more comfortable and confident heading into his second year. I remember talking to him last year this same time about how much of a whirlwind it was for him to be doing all of this as a head coach for the very first time. He was playing catch-up coming in after the Super Bowl with New England that year, trying to get his bearings on a brand new job. This time, though, he has a year under his belt. He knows the drill. Reporters talked with him for an hour at the coaches' breakfast in Arizona, and Patricia was as engaging and eager to talk as I've ever seen him. He joked with Bill Belichick walking by, even shared some anecdotes about Rob Gronkowski. It was great to see him being so personable, I suspect, because there's just another level of comfort and belonging that comes with having experience. Lastly, we'll bring back the Extra Point segment for an off-season appearance, as this one applies to the whole league. The rule change on pass interference challenges. Owners voted to pass a rule change that now allows coaches to challenge pass interference calls and no calls. And picked up flags too, I suppose? Listen, I'm all for anything that makes officiating more accurate. I have a feeling we'll be seeing lots of challenge flags in these situations, especially no-call situations, once September rolls around. Should be interesting to watch. All right, that's it for this week's Tori's Take presented by Priority Health. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. From Xfinity Studio, I'm Tori Petry.